10 years for a 41,000 mile an hour speed date. If you could travel that fast, you could go from New York to LA in 4 minutes, although of course the first two would be just getting out of Jersey. Let's talk about what happened here. This thing was flying through space to try to meet up with this comet out here, 67P. Now remember, the comet's not sitting still. It's in this great big orbit here, which we'll show in blue, whipping around the sun. And so we show our space probe taking off in red, trying to catch up with it. And they did rendezvous about 113 million miles from Earth, way out here, cosmically kind of near Jupiter. And take a look at this thing. This is remarkable. This was launched back when Facebook was a new idea. And so the mothership is called the Rosetta, and when it gets close enough, after all of that travel, it launches the Philae, which is the landing probe here. And for 7 heart-stopping hours, they had to wait while this thing went into free fall down to this comet that's only 2.5 miles wide. After all that amazing trip out there, still 41,000 miles an hour, and then they get touchdown, Jake. Absolutely amazing.
And how does this probe exactly work?
Well, you know, this is what's interesting. You mentioned that it's about the size of a washing machine. That is correct. It weighs about 220 pounds here on Earth, but not up there. Up there, it is so light on such a small body that when it landed, it actually had to fire out of these legs. It had these harpoons to fire into the surface of this comet to anchor it down. Those did not function properly, but they had backup systems involved, so the scientists seem convinced now that this thing is secure there. And on board, all sorts of instrumentation to measure the temperature, the gas levels there, how it behaves as it gets closer to the sun. There's even a drill, Jake, that will push down about a foot into the surface and take a core sample that will then be heated in a robotic oven here so they can tell what material is inside this comet, Jake. It's really amazing.